Hello everyone. In this video we're going to cover engineer leveling. Basically when looking at the engineer, it's like the elementalist in that you only have one weapon set that you can choose. However, this is supplemented by the multitude of kits that the engineer has access to. For your weapons, your main weapons, you're going to want to use dual pistols. The reason being is that rifle just falls short compared to the damage that dual pistols can do early on. Once you start getting your kits, you're going to find yourself moving over towards them rather than using your pistols as your main source of damage output. I'm going to move on to the utility skills here. We'll get back to the main attacking ability skills once we get to the bomb kit, which is what I'm going to cover as one of the utility skills. Your healing utility skill, the most reliable one you're going to have is the healing turret. It's basically an AoE heal over time that you can drop on the ground near you, or you can place farther away from you if other people need the healing also. Basically, you place it and you forget about it. It just heals you over time as you stand within the radius of the healing turret's heals. Alright, moving on to the basic utility skills. You're going to be using your bomb kit, your elixir B, and your net turret. We'll cover the bomb kit in just a moment. Elixir B is basically an elixir that you can drink that will grant might, fury, swiftness, and retaliation to yourself for about 10 seconds. The might lasts for 30 seconds, and it has a 40-second cooldown, so you can use that in pretty much every fight you go into. Also keep in mind that you also have the ability to toss the elixir, which will apply all those effects to your allies that are within the range of the AoE when it lands. The other skill we're going to be using is net turret. Basically that puts a turret down on the ground much like the healing turret, except in this case it fires nets that will immobilize your enemy. You can also use the turret again to fire off an electrified net, which will do some damage and immobilize again. It also has a 2-second stun when it hits. Your elite skill that you're going to be using is Elixir X. Elixir X is very fun to use. It can turn you into a tornado, which will allow you to do damage and throw enemies around, or it'll turn you into a juggernaut, which basically makes your stability. You can't be stunned, rooted, and all that good stuff, and it increases your attack power by a little bit. It's got a 2-minute cooldown, so you're basically going to want to use it for when you really need the extra damage, or you need to get away for one reason or another. Now moving back onto the bomb kit. The bomb kit is basically you use the utility and it changes all your weapon skills into something else. What we're looking at here is the bomb, which is your base attack, fire bomb, concussion bomb, smoke bomb, and glue bomb. The regular bomb is basically just a damaging attack that you will put at your feet, and after a second or two it'll explode. You can cast that over and over and over and over, and it will just continue to explode in a chain reaction. The fire bomb creates a bomb at your feet that when it explodes it does a minor amount of damage and burns all targets nearby. The concussion bomb confuses all nearby enemies and does a minor amount of damage. Confusion works in a way, basically it puts a debuff on the enemy that every time they use a skill, like they attack you or they use any skills that are going to slow you or chill you or anything like that, it'll do additional damage to them. Smoke bomb is another bomb that will be placed at your feet, and when it explodes, it blinds all nearby enemies for 6.5 seconds, basically allowing you 6.5 seconds of no damage taken. And the glue bomb finally is a bomb that when it explodes, it will immobilize all nearby targets for 1.25 seconds, and then it will also cripple them so long as they stand in the radius of the glue. That's basically all there is to the utilities and weapon attacking. Let's move on to the traits now. Looking at your traits for the engineer, the first thing you're going to want to put points in is inventions. This gives you the survivability that you'll need to continue basically going from mob to mob to mob. Explosives is the next set of traits that we're going to put points in because that gives you the oomph and the power you need to attack with. The third trait skill we're going to be putting in is firearms. That gives you some precision, some critical damage, and then also condition damage increase. And finally, alchemy, which gives us a little bit of survivability and a utility skill. When looking at this, the points we're going to put in is protective shield. Basically what that does is you gain protection, which is a 33% reduction in all damage done to you for 3 seconds when you're hit by a critical attack. Really invaluable. The next one we're going to go with is Power Shoes. That gives you 10% increased movement speed while in combat. Looking at the explosives traits, we choose Forceful Explosives. Makes bombs and mines have a larger explosion radius. And then we also choose Short Fuse. It reduces the recharge for bombs and grenades by 20%. Basically, this 8-second cooldown on fire bombs, concussion bombs got a 14.5-second cooldown, smoke bombs 20, and glue bombs 20 now because of that trait. Looking at firearms, we then have Precise Sights. That gives us a 50% chance to cause vulnerability on critical hits. And then down in Alchemy, we have Fast Acting Elixirs, which basically allows you to use your elixirs 20% faster. So Elixir B has a 32-second cooldown now, and unfortunately the elite skills for some reason aren't affected by your traits, but that may be something that ArenaNet changes in the future.